So I've been trying to think about the craziest outbound email that you could possibly send. And so one email that I thought would be crazy for us to send in the agency is to research a company, see what types of companies they sell to, and then what titles they sell to. And then in the email, give contact data in the email and say, hey, I found 3 leads. I think they would be a good fit. What if we hopped on a call and we found more leads for you? Now, if this sounds a little bit familiar, we have created this workflow in the past, but it was not scalable. It was kind of janky. It was really, really expensive to run. And so while we would run it, I would almost run it just so that we could say that we ran it, but we couldn't really scale it. And so this table, we revamped the entire table, and now we can run that. So the whole goal of this campaign is to be able to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I was looking at your website and I saw you help people do XYZ. I figure you try to sell to VPs of sales, CEOs, and chief revenue officers. I did a little bit of research and I found some leads that I think would be a good fit for you. If you want to hop on a call and improve these leads, or I'll give you a free list of 5,000 of these leads, let's chat. And so this is one of the outputs from it is like, we're literally going to be able to say Ash Newbain, Associate Manager, Information Technology at Okta. And then when we have the email address, we even are getting their mobile phone numbers too. So that in the email, I can literally say, this is Ash's email. This is the phone number. Do with it what you will. Right. I think a pretty solid campaign. And so the way we make this happen is we basically just use AI. So we have the description of the company. And so we have one step where we say like, hey, give me industry information about the company. And then we say, so this is with GPT 3.5 to keep it cheap. And then this is with GPT 4 Turbo because we need the knowledge up to 2023. And so then we say, literally looking at this company, like looking at these inputs, give me a company that fits these inputs, right? And so then we've got like a super, super cheap run over here. And then again, we get another super, super cheap run over here too. And then it just outputs right fit companies for them. So if you look at some of these, like we'll look at like, our vision is to be the operating system for supply chains using our AI-driven process. They're targeting manufacturing, retail, e-commerce, 500 to 10,000, blah, 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 blah. Here's the companies that they'd be targeting. Totally makes sense to me. I would agree with that, right? And we could go through more of these, but it's fine. Like, just to show. Pay It is the solution government agencies use to take the friction out of resident transactions. Great. So then we found companies that it would be a good fit. nyc.gov, la.gov, blah, blah, blah. And then we just map them all out into into the table, which admittedly, I guess we didn't. We did need to do this because we output them as a comma separated format. We could output them as a JSON, but I find that sometimes Clay will the AI will make it JSON in one way and then it'll output it in JSON in another way and it won't fill everything out. So we just mapped it like that. And then we're using find contacts at companies. Oh, well, actually, I guess we're doing this first. We're using AI to figure out what contacts they sell to. And I'm trying to create a gigantic list of contacts. So we can put that list of contacts into find contacts at companies and it runs on all 5 of them. And then we write all 5 of them to a completely different table where in that table, we're finding their email address and we're finding their mobile phone number. Then we filter a list of objects for only people who have an email address. Then we create a formula here where we say, okay, we have this person's name. And so now in the email, I'm literally going to send this as a custom variable. Like, I think you should be reaching out to this person. And then we filter the list of objects again for people with an email that don't work at Okta so that we can have a really nice other company to say. So now we could say, hey, I think you should reach out to Scott S., the software engineering manager at Twilio. And then we filter it again so that we can say, hey, I think you should reach out to Lucas, the engineering manager, and I believe its phone number is, and we can just fix that a little bit. I believe their phone number is, I had my team finish this one off. I believe their phone number is, boom, boom, right? And so I don't know about you guys. I think it's a pretty killer campaign. We'll give this away as a template one day. I'm going to milk it for a little while before we get there. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to put together. I've dreamt about this workflow and nailing it, and we finally did. So yeah, I hope this gives some ideas for some other people of some crazy outbound campaigns you can run. We're going to be taking this for a spin for a little while.